Hey guys, how's it going? As soon as I start the video, the cat comes up here, of course. Man, just got home from the gym. I'm exhausted. My legs are like jello right now. And that's actually what I want to talk to you guys about today, is the motivation factor. It's not easy going to the gym. I have a laundry list of excuses as to why I can't go. You know, last night my knee was feeling sore, so I even had the small idea of oh man, I'm not gonna go today because my knee hurts, because today was leg day, of course. Just every excuse, you know, we always make excuses, and I think we often let our emotions dictate the way we think and make decisions. I'm gonna say that again. We allow our emotions to dictate our decision making. We can't do that. When you feel sad, when you feel depressed, or you feel overwhelmed by something, I think the first thing that we want to do is we want to crumble over. We want to, do nothing that day, sleep, lay in bed all day long, get nothing done, accomplish nothing because we feel sad. And I'm preaching to the choir because I do exactly the same thing. Me making this video is a part of that. Me going to the gym is a part of making decisions even when I don't feel like it. Because it doesn't matter if you don't feel like it. If you always go off of emotions, you're never gonna feel like doing anything, and we're never gonna accomplish anything. So don't allow your emotions to dictate the way you make decisions. So on that note, I'm gonna finish my breakfast real quick, and then I'm gonna hop in the shower because I'm nasty and sweaty. And then I will be right back with you guys. And we're back. Man, I feel so much better. Definitely needed that shower. And I would say breakfast is probably my favorite meal of the day. So, so good. So let's get into it. Let's talk more about staying motivated and doing things. I'm in a season right now where, I started a new business, and admittedly, it's really stressful, and it's super hard. I went into full freelance videography, and saying it's stressful is an understatement. Man, I don't have that guaranteed check coming in anymore. I don't have that safety blanket, that security blanket that I've always had. And it's definitely tested my faith and my trust in God. And I can definitely say that that's really what you have to rely on. I mean, you need to obviously keep working, you need to keep being diligent, you need to keep contacting people. Whatever work you have, you gotta be, on top of that. You gotta keep yourself accountable, but you also have to trust God. Going into this journey, like I told you guys a couple of videos ago, I felt God tell me that this is what I was supposed to do. But it has been very stressful, and even this week, I've really felt the weight of, I don't have that check coming in after 2 weeks. I gotta go find that. I gotta go find that money. I gotta go find work and clients. It's really stressful, it is. But I'm also learning that I need to keep giving that stress to God. I need to trust Him and know that He's faithful enough to provide for my needs. There's obviously a level of effort from my end. I gotta put in the time, I gotta put in the work, I've gotta make connections with people, I've gotta build relationships, and I've gotta create good content for my clients. Those are obviously, important key factors, but I just really wanna hammer the point that we need to trust God. We need to know that He's got us. The Bible talks about, basically, I'm gonna put this in very layman's terms, but if there's birds that are being fed in the field, and we as human beings were made in God's image, after His image, how much more would we be taken care of? And that's something I've been reminding myself of this week, is that God's got me. As long as I'm putting in from my side of things, as long as I'm working hard, as long as I'm doing what I need to do, those opportunities are gonna come, and I'm gonna be blessed, and my hard work is gonna be blessed. But I think a lot of times when you get down to the dumps, and especially for me, I was actually, you know, like I said earlier, I was at the gym. I go with a couple of really good friends, and my brother and I usually carpool together, and we usually have some good conversations on the way there and back, because it's about a half hour there. And today we were just talking about staying motivated, and like I said earlier, not allowing emotions to dictate your decision making. And I'll be the first to admit that I'm a very emotional person. Anything creative, I mean, you name it, like, that's me. Songwriting, one of my biggest passion points. Drawing, like sketching, I love sketching. Creating videos, I love to create videos. I mean, you name it, most creative things that you could think of, those are things that I like to do. And I would say I'm pretty good at them usually. With that being said though, I think a lot of times people that are creative are also very much tied to their emotions. And I'm a very emotional person. And I think at first I was kind of ashamed of that, but honestly, I've really embraced it, that it's a blessing and not a curse. But you have to know how to manage your emotions. If you're an emotional person, you have to know how to handle that and how to manage it and allow for yourself. Obviously, it's okay to feel things, but it's not okay to make a decision or choose not to do something because you don't feel like it. Because the truth is, you're never gonna, well, I don't wanna say never, but a lot of times you're not gonna feel like it, and you've gotta push through that feeling and go out and do something. I find that sometimes creating accountability for yourself also really helps to keep you motivated, and it helps you stick to what you want to accomplish. For instance, my cat's playing with toys in the background. You guys probably hear that. For instance, on the way home today from the gym, I told my brother that I was going to shoot a video and put it out today. And so what that does is, obviously he's not gonna, like, you know, be a jerk about it if I don't create a video, but he's definitely gonna be like, hey man, where's that video? Like, what happened? I thought you said you were gonna do that. It kind of creates this accountability for you, that it's not you just in your head thinking, oh, I'm gonna do this. You're actually you're outwardly saying what you're going to do, and you have someone that is going to ask you where the video is, or whatever it is that you're trying to do. They're gonna ask you what happened. So I think accountability, and especially when you're self-employed, there's really an importance in accountability and having friendships to where you're obviously held accountable, but you're also encouraging each other. I actually got a text message from my good friend Tony, so shout out to you, man, if you're watching. But it wasn't anything like super profound. It was kind of like, hey, we're both in this thing, you know, together. We're going through this season, especially because January and February, I'm finding out, and funny enough, like, you know, I told you guys I just started my business, but these apparently are some of the slowest months in video work that there are throughout the year. So I picked a really good time to start, but it was just cool because it gave you this sense of, hey, like, it's not just you that's having a hard time. We're in this together. It'll get better. These are just slow months. But it was just really helpful for me just to have that friend that understands where you're coming from, understands your current situation. And not that like he had the solution to, hey, here's how you get out of the funk, but it was just, sometimes it's nice to know that you're not alone. So creatives, let's stay motivated. Let's keep creating. Let's not allow our emotions to change the way that we think and the way that we operate. Let those emotions obviously influence what you create, because I think there's a lot of emotion tied to being a creative person. There's emotion tied to writing a song or creating a video, because you're not just creating something that looks visually good, but you're creating an experience, you're creating a story. And I think emotions play a lot into that. But let's learn how to harness our emotions instead of letting them control us. Let's control them. This has been a really cool journey for me so far. It's been emotionally crazy because, as I've shared with you guys, it's been, you know, stressful at times, but it's been so good for me. And I know I said this in the last video, but I just really appreciate anyone that's watched my videos, anyone that's commented, anyone that's liked or subscribed. Like, I know that we get into the whole like and subscribe thing. The truth is, I'll be honest with you guys, I would like to make this something that I do for a living, because I really believe that God has put something inside of me to share with people. He's given me stories and encouragement, and I feel like this is a really good platform for me to be able to share that with you guys, whether it's a song or whether it's a video or whether it's an encouragement or a video that I talk about the stuff that we're all going through. I've really found value in this channel. I really found value in you guys that are watching and that are interacting with me. It's been so good for my soul. I hope it's been good for yours too. And I'm just really looking forward to how we grow this thing. and I'm really looking forward to growing as a creative with you guys. So really appreciate you guys. Be blessed, and I look forward to talking to you guys soon.